Hey everyone, welcome to Creative Union Yoga and the modification video on bridge. So we're going to do a variation or a modification of bridge standing. Okay, so this is for anyone who doesn't like to lie on the ground. There's many people like that. And that's totally fine. That also want to, for those people specifically that want to start to feel release in the spine. So maybe standing is the better version for you. Also, even if lying on the ground is fine for you, this version can be quite juicy as well. Okay, so give it a try again, see how it feels. So all you need for this video is a wall. So you want preferably a nice flat wall, a yoga mat or some kind of mat that you can establish a firm foundation without sliding. I usually like to come directly on the floor, but for the sake of the video, I will do it on the mat, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk your feet a little further away from the wall, again, hip width apart. If for any reason, if they need to be wider than hip width apart, that's totally fine. But I'd rather be slightly wider than too narrow, okay? But again, it's your body, you figure out what feels right for you, okay? So have a little seat. So you're gonna bend the knees and you're gonna bring the pelvis to the wall. So once you do that, you might notice that, okay, I might need to walk the feet out a little further or closer towards the wall. So again, test that out. And then from here, take a moment to feel the back of the body resting against the wall. And notice the space between the back of the waist and the wall. Notice the pelvis resting on the wall, the upper back resting on the wall, the back of the skull. Okay, really sending the weight of that lower body into the legs, into the feet. So the pelvis into the legs, into the feet. And similar to as we do, similar instruction as in bridge, you're just reversed. You're in a different orientation. So same thing here. Exhale, press into the feet. Let the feet speak to the legs. Legs to pelvis. Find that little pelvic roll. So move my arms so that you can see that little movement in the pelvis. Again, watch I'm not overly squeezing in the glutes. Let them activate as they need to. I'm not adding any extra engagement. Good. And then eventually exhale, press into the feet, peel the pelvis, lower spine off the wall. You can take your arms up above you, up above the head, and slowly start to work your way off the wall. So this is actually, for those people who want to get more into the back bending, and from the ground, using the feedback of the ground into the thoracic to help us gain a sense of that area, that part of the spine between the shoulder blades. This is actually a version of bridge that takes you beyond that feedback. So it takes you more into the actual back bend, so that when I start to peel and ripple my spine off the ground, off the wall, once I get to that part of the thoracic, and I usually take my arms above the head and rest the top of the hands on the wall. So once I reach this point and I'm continuing to exhale and press into the feet, I want to keep thinking of dropping the pelvis down, but then sending that thoracic spine into the body, into extension. Send the energy up the neck, up the back of the skull, and out. So I'm actually here in a little mini standing back bend, okay? For now, let it continue to rest on the wall. Yeah, thinking of that thoracic coming into the front of the body. And then as you roll down, let yourself roll along the back of the skull, Let that upper spine rest on the wall. Make your way to the lower spine, pelvis, tailbone. Okay, again, try that one more time. Exhale, press. Roll the pelvis, peel the lower spine, middle spine. Arms start to, once you reach that middle spine, arms start to make their way up. As you get into that thoracic spine, let it come into the body, up the neck and out the skull. Keep the skull in contact with the wall. Again, if I continue to think of that thoracic coming in, up and out, and the pelvis dropping down, I'm actually not falling into my lumbar spine, my lower spine at all. So if there's any discomfort at all in that lower spine, if you take yourself into this back bend, yeah, then immediately come out of it and just only go as far as the thoracic and then roll your way back down. Okay, so I'm going to do that one more time into the back bend and just see if you can take note or just take a look at my lower body and how it might not be visible. You might not be able to see it, but what I'm hoping for you to gain on an out breath is to let go. If you feel that there's any gripping happening in the glutes, see if on an out breath you can find your feet and let the glutes soften, let the pelvis drop, and you may actually sense or feel a bit of release or relief in that lower back, okay? So, I'm coming into the back bend. I'm gonna take a breath here. Dropping that pelvis. Letting it fall, let the weight of the pelvis fall into the legs, legs to feet, feet to ground. And I'm actually not gripping anything at all. I'm not sinking in my lower back. Because I'm not gripping, I'm allowing the weight of the pelvis to drop, which is actually creating space in my lower spine, yeah? Because the weight is dropping down, so it frees up the lower spine. If I were to squeeze, I get more into that lower spine and immediately I feel discomfort and compression. But if I even take a slight bend in the legs, exhale, drop the pelvis and relax in this back bend, it feels way more pleasant and lovely. Yeah, so this is the version of bridge at the wall. And again, you can keep the arms down by the side and just work your way up to the thoracic and back down. And then, of course, if you want to take it into the back bend, there's an option for you as well. Good. And there you have it. There is the modification on bridge. Again, give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any other variations of this modification that comes up, please let me know. And know that this is not just a modification. It's great to start to introduce a little more of the back bend. So it's continuing through the spine. From bridge, okay? So it takes it a little further. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed and continue to explore your body, your breath, your movement, yogis. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like, share the video, share it with anyone who you feel might benefit from this practice. And again, we will see you on the mat very, very soon. Think love, speak love, be love. Namaste.